Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Guy Gansert, the suitor for Golden Bachelorette, has been under fire for the last 24 hours after restraining order news broke. According to the accused victim, during an incident in 2021, he threatened to harm someone. He is finally speaking out about the purported incident in light of the widespread coverage of the story online. See what he has to say by continuing to read. Guy Gansert discloses details regarding restraining order. Guy Gansert, a competitor on Golden Bachelorette, speaks out about the restraining order that was brought against him. On October 12, 2021, the court order was filed, claiming that Gansert had threatened to hurt her. The woman accused the ER doctor of wanting to harm her physically when she filed the lawsuit. After disparaging me and my now boyfriend for some time, he pointed his finger like a gun then shot at me, the court filing stated. With his hand shaped like a pistol, he made a motion as though he was about to shoot me. The accused victim said she had her head down and was unaware of Gansert's conduct because she was with a companion at the time. She added that he took Ambien to cope with his lack of sleep. In the records, she called him unstable. Guy has since made a statement and shared his perspective on social media. He posted about what had transpired on Instagram. Gansert started out by describing the circumstance as sad and stating that it happened during a highly stressful period in his life. He claimed that when she willingly renounced her petitions for the restraining order, the matter was concluded. He continued by saying that in order to stop this from happening and spare their family further hardship, he and his 34-year divorced wife had petitioned the courts to seal the application in recent months. Guy is aware that being in the public eye comes with some documents coming to light. He continued his statement by defending his actions and mental state. In his statement, Guy Gansert continued, stating that he and his ex-wife had raised 4 lovely children together. They both adore them, and they are his greatest achievement. Gansert claimed that going through a divorce was really difficult for him and that he fell to a very low place. The frontrunner for Golden Bachelorette continued by saying that he acted against who he is, because of his feelings. He disclosed that he has had to critically examine his identity over the last few years and that he intends to keep improving. In closing, Gansert expressed his gratitude to his family, Bachelor Nation, and the Golden Bachelorette for their unwavering support throughout incredibly trying circumstances. He will always be appreciative of them all. He restricted all of the post's comments. Regarding the accusations against Guy Gansert, what are your thoughts? Guy Gansert, a competitor on the Golden Bachelorette, is the most recent Bachelor Nation celebrity whose bad previous conduct has come to light. Discover why the ER doctor previously received a restraining order from an ex by continuing to read. Guy Gansert establishes a relationship with Joan Vassos. During the most recent episode of the reality dating show, Guy Gansert, the emergency room physician from Reno, Nevada, finally had some alone time with Joan Vassos. The two had a leisurely cooking date in a gorgeous Malibu home. They quickly prepared some cupcakes and baked ziti. That is, Joan did. The two talked about their respective families. Guy Gansert discussed his choice to end his marriage to his former spouse. He claimed that after their kids moved out, he wasn't satisfied and decided to dissolve the union. For being so vulnerable, he got rewarded with a rose and a dance in the living room. An order of protection is served to another Golden Bachelorette suitor. A series of scandals involving the candidates have recently shaken Bachelor Nation. Following the breakup of his romance with Bachelorette Jen Tran, Devon Strader's prior arrest came to light. The men from Golden Bachelorette were expected to be improving by the audience. But early this month, rumors circulated that Gil Ramirez, a suitor, was being accused of harassing and stalking an ex. The newest information is that Guy Gansert was previously the subject of a restraining order. The U.S. Sun claims that one of the ER doctor's former lovers requested a restraining order on the grounds that he had threatened to shoot her. The woman later dismissed the 2021 court petitions. However, she provided the specifics of the alleged encounter in her initial complaint. He had been making fun of me and my current partner for a while when he raised his finger like a gun and shot at me. Fans of Bachelor Nation react. Reddit users were quick to react to the alarming charges made by fans of Bachelor Nation. Not only are the producers king up big time by not doing background checks, but how many males are violent monsters? Like it's quite typical. From day one, he has given me the creeps. I sensed a problem. It's absurd how these folks appear on TV without considering the possibility that their background could be reported. Oh my God, no more of them. Here, it says that she dropped it and that it was never granted. It doesn't excuse him from doing that. However, it would not appear on a background check. Observing this only serves to confirm my decision to cease providing views to the franchise following Jen's season. Thank goodness I stopped watching, and at this rate, I hope the show is cancelled. Avoid another female sign. One more? If this weren't so depressing, it would be hilarious. Did Guy Gansert give you a bad feeling? Post your thoughts in the comments section. Guy Gansert, a contestant on The Golden Bachelorette, has been developing a close bond with Joan Vassos, but will he ultimately win her heart? Joan, a 61-year-old mother of 4 children and grandmother of 3, lived in Rockville, Maryland. She lost her husband John, a 32-year veteran of the military, to pancreatic cancer in 2021. Joan later showed up for the Golden Bachelor season with Jerry Turner. Joan was starting to develop a strong bond with Jerry, but she had to leave the program early to take care of a family emergency. Joan is now prepared for a second opportunity at romance in season 1 of The Golden Bachelorette. Out of the 24 men she met at the beginning of her voyage, Guy has stood out. Joan told Guy he was really gorgeous when they first met on the night of the premiere. He sprayed some cologne on her, thinking that would help her remember him. It was a terrific first impression. Both the kickball group date in episode 3 and the 80s prom date in episode 2 were a huge hit with them. At the conclusion of The Golden Bachelorette, will Guy and Joan fall in love and depart together as a couple? Guy is a Reno, Nevada-born emergency department physician who is 66 years old. Guy, who has worked as a doctor for almost 40 years, says in his ABC bio that he is looking for a life partner. Guy is a grandfather to 1 and a father to 4 children. He wants to show that men of a certain age may still be enthusiastic about life. Guy is a Beatlemaniac and has plans to hike Mount Kilimanjaro this fall, among other interesting things about him. He also dreams of the Dallas Cowboys winning the Super Bowl. Guy's generosity toward his fellow candidates has garnered attention in The Golden Bachelorette Season 1, in addition to his bond with Joan. Guy was seen by Charles Ling, a physician, on an issue that had been bothering him ever since his wife's aneurysm death 6 years prior. He had always wondered why, during her aneurysm, she had blood in her mouth. Guy told Charles that the reason she fell was probably not related to the aneurysm, but rather because she bit her tongue. Guy comforted Charles that there was nothing that anyone could have done and gently reminded him that he didn't have to keep worrying about it and obsessing over why it happened. Charles was so relieved to have received a response to his query at last. Apart from this heartwarming instance, Guy further demonstrated his charity by having Kim compose a song for Joan, which he invited all of the other competitors to perform alongside him. Guy was the only other male who agreed, and it made Kim and Joan very pleased. Guy has demonstrated his sincerity throughout The Golden Bachelorette Season 1 thus far, and he would be a fantastic fit for Joan. Reality Steve posted on Instagram, claiming that although the Golden Bachelorette teaser showed that Joan and Guy's bond deepens in episode 4, she ultimately decided against choosing him. He did, however, get a hometown date with Chalk Chapel, Jordan Heller, and Pascal Ibgui. Joan said Jordan farewell after the local dates, which meant that Guy, Pascal, and Chalk got to spend the night at the Fantasy Suite. Tahiti was the location of those dates. But Reality Steve doesn't know exactly what took place after that. He disclosed that because he wasn't in love with Joan, Pascal had self-deleted from The Golden Bachelorette at either the final 2 or the final 3. In the end, Joan decided on Chalk, but Reality Steve wasn't sure if they became engaged. This indicates that Guy placed third or was Joan's runner-up. When Joan says farewell to Guy, maybe he won't be too devastated. It will be interesting to know why Guy and Joan from the Golden Bachelorette part ways. Despite the fact that they appear to be very similar, Joan obviously had a deeper bond with Chalk. That Joan is in love with Chalk is wonderful to hear. However, when Pascal departs and Joan is forced to break up with Guy, it will be an emotional roller coaster. Hopefully, Guy, the star of the Golden Bachelor Season 2, will also get another chance at finding love.